Saturday, June 17th, 2023. We are all set for the finals of the RFYC Naupang League's Inter-District Championship Finals. A long season is set to culminate with the most talented children from Mizoram set to go head-to-head in the under-11 and under-13 age groups. But on the morning of the finals, things take an unfortunate turn. But how did we get here? What is the Naupang League? And why is a children's game so vital? To find out, let's go back to the beginning. The RFYC Naupang League is a joint effort by the Reliance Foundation Young Champs Academy and the Mizoram Football Association to promote football in the state.
The genesis of the Naupang League is intertwined with the baby leagues that the Football Association, the All India Football Federation had rolled out. The concept is a very simple one. It is trying to provide access to kids at a young age to the sport and giving them the engagement levels necessary for them to have a chance to do well in the future. We also have an opportunity to give access to girls as well. Giving girls those equal opportunities is something that is very near and dear to our founder chairperson's heart, Mrs. Ambani's. And through the Naupang League, we are able to do that. Kids in India just are not afforded that opportunity to participate and engage with football at those young ages. So we're talking 4, 5, 6 years old compared to, let's say, some of our Asian counterparts. Let's take the example of our academy. We'll have a player that will come to Young Champs at the age of 13, not having had the same footballing experience that a player in, let's say, Japan would have. Academies like ours are really finishing schools, which is why recruitment and talent ID is so important. It's extremely difficult for children to pick up the skills necessary to succeed in the sport if they don't have those engagement levels at those appropriate ages.
We all have, same thought that if we started young, if we catch them young, we have a future. Otherwise, we keep on repeating the same thing again and again.
So we felt there was an opportunity to do more, impact a larger group of players in a non-residential format, help them get the building blocks necessary for them to succeed in the future if they choose to take football up professionally, and hopefully, given time, see a marked improvement in the quality of talent that comes through and goes on to play for club and country. We were trying to identify regions that had strong cultural tailwinds. We did an analysis of the players that compete in the top tiers of Indian football for club and obviously for the national team as well. And we found that per capita, Mizoram was right up there. We're not really reinventing the wheel over here. We're going to a place where there are strong cultural tailwinds, there is a very strong appetite for the sport, and we just wanted to help improve what was already happening. So give it our investment, give it our structure. And it was also important for us to work with well-meaning, competent and capable partners.
But having a great idea and turning it into a reality are two different things. Bringing the Naupang League to life on the ground was a mammoth task, and despite best efforts, some challenges remained.
So we were very excited, but once we started the process, once we had a series of meetings, that excitement, kind of turned into apprehension because there were lots of logistical challenges, lots of commitments have to be made, and Mizoram being, where grounds are not available in plenty. So that challenges was there. But then we sat down, Reliance being a very professional setup, they guided us through all this. So even though we had some hurdles before, I think we managed to avoid them.
Day one was crazy. it was crazy, Kids, naturally, they are all very, very excited to get the kind of, jerseys, the stockings, and all the things which comes along with the Naupang League, When they got to see all those, they were just crazy. But I'm sorry to say that, the ground which we booked was not good enough. And there were stones here and there.
We wanted the children to have a much better experience than what we were able to give them on that opening match day. But I'm proud of our team, where we course corrected quickly, we shifted venues, we learned from those mistakes, improved on the experience that we were able to put on for the kids.
Not only that, some teams they turn up late. That was the first day, and some teams they turn up too early, maybe 2 hours earlier than their game time. They were feeling hungry. Some of them were crying. Everything was like for the first time. It was not organized, and we can't organize it before we started. So it was a challenge. To be honest, it was a challenge. The first day was crazy, but from the second day onwards, we know what are the challenges, we know what needs to be done, what time we need to prepare ourselves that way. It's a learning.
And we started match day 1, match day 2, match day 3, after that match day 5. So our team and parents understanding the Naupang League philosophy.
So I think starting with just the structure, you can think of the Naupang League, it's best described in layers. So at the base layer you have the league itself, so that's 33 match days spread across 8 months. A layer on top of that is something we call Deco, so decentralized coaching. It's a first come first serve, additional coaching and training sessions for the kids. And the third layer on top of that is where we give a little more age appropriate training, or let's say potential appropriate training. So we do have some lens of talent ID where we say, okay, these kids are showing a lot of promise and potential. They'll have a different experience and a different level of coaching and training sessions made available to them.
The beginning of the season was a little bit hard because it's a brand new experience for us, and what we used to experience is just a tournament, knockout tournament. But for Naupang, for the players playing for 33 matches, is absolutely a new thing for them. Initially it was a little bit tough, but later on we catch up with the following the pace, and at the end of the season everyone is really happy, and even we are seeing a lot of improvement from the kids as compared to the first day. So that is absolutely good for their development too.
Even in the early days, the Naupang League clearly was something never seen before in the state.
Now, when you look at the Naupang League on the match days, you find parents coming here, leaving all their work behind. The support has been, nothing short of spectacular.
We have attended last session and this session, the coming session, so we're looking forward for greater improvement, both in skills, training, everything in Deco as well. So we are looking forward for it because we have faith and we know that this Reliance young champ, this Naupang League will take them to better places. Yeah.
Football and play back ground pona po til engkim chumi tura Naupang ho zu til nani wang tile kan til ti dan ground an han huwa parentin kan set up dan zong fila an hu hianin again yang kan care ni tile an future tu ta kan ngai tu ni ti football mai baka til dang ko kan ngai tu tele ni ti kha I afiat e ma chu wang chuanin ke ma ni kan Reliance yang cham chu hianin rin na an hatani ti ka su ngama.
For us, it's more than 45 minutes. It's almost 1 hour because my son, he woke up so early. Every time when it's match day, he'll wake everyone up saying, "We'll be late, hurry up." So we were so excited.
Each player come with their parents, their elder brothers, their younger sister. Everyone is coming here. I'm surprised that in some matches also in Premier League or sometime also this type of gathering could not be possible.
We started in the Aizawl west side, the west side of Aizawl. So there's a ground there in which we started. I was told that the ground used to be empty. But after the start of this Naupang League, the kids have been flocking there to play their games. And also another impact is that there is an increase in the number of admissions in the various small academies run by different coaches.
We used to
organize a parents meeting quite often before we start this season. So many parents used to turn up, more than we expect actually. So the feedback, what we got from them is like they really like it, they really love it. So the good thing about Naupang League is that parents said that like earlier their son, their daughter were keep using mobile phone and all this stuff. So now because of Naupang League, most of them they stop those kind of habits which they used to do at home. So yeah, parents, other than parents, the community itself responded quite well.
The Naupang League aims at getting players playing at a young age. But as they grow older, formal coaching plays a more vital role. Keeping this in mind, RFYC organized decentralized coaching or Deco Sessions, where participants were trained by RFYC coaches in formal, structured sessions.
We thought that Deco Session would be quite valuable for the kids here to firstly get into understanding what training is, getting into understanding what a structured training is. We identified without a lot of training, the players here in the past have reached heights, have went on to represent the country, the ISL teams, I-League teams, and quite a number of players here have done well for themselves. If these kids are put into a proper training structure as to what is the need of the hour for them at that particular age, I think the output of that would be quite in a large number. So that's where we felt that along with playing games, a structured training session program is needed.
Once a player comes for Deco, then at the weekend they have a match day. So whatever they learn in Deco that they can expose, that they can use, that they can utilize that whatever they learn in Deco during the match day. So the relation between the Deco and match day is also, it goes smoothly, then we see a lot of improvement, yes.
Along with training the children, RFYC recognized the need to upskill the local coaching infrastructure as well. To that end, RFYC and MFA organized training sessions for the local coaches.
We always say that Mizoram loves football. Mizoram is a footballing state. We produce lots of footballers, but we don't have good coaches. So the kind of coaches we have in Mizoram, I don't say that they are bad or they are not good enough, but we don't have enough number of coaches. We really need good coaches to train our boys and girls.
Yeah, when you have a good school, you need good teachers. When you don't have good teachers, you don't have a good school. So that's the same in an academy. When you want to lead an academy or want to have a good academy, you need good coaches, because the coaches are the shortest way to develop of youth players. You can, of course, take 300 players together and do something, but when you have a coach who gives a direction and a clear structure, how to work on what, because one side football is a pretty easy, simple game, but on the other side it's a lot of different aspects you have to have knowledge about, and or you do from everything something, or you do it structurally. And I think coaches who are educated have a plan and know how to develop players in different age groups and different tactics and technical things. And so I think it's very valuable to invest in the good coaching structure in India.
For that matter, Mizoram is also trying its best through the All India Football Federation. But with the coming of the Naupang League, it really helps, because we can train it from the e-license coach, which really helps. The impact of this kind of courses which was conducted under the banner of the Naupang League, we are going to see it in the next 4 or 5 years. It's going to be huge.
We are also having the referees here. If you look at the Naupang League, the match days, the referees are all very young. There's one boy who is just 14, I think. He came here actually to play the Naupang League, but he was overage. So he said he'll come in as a referee.
The Naupang League is a ray of sunshine in the often rain-soaked state of Mizoram. In part 2, we revisit the exciting IDCH finals, the Mumbai trip that followed, and an old problem that raised its ugly head once more.